Hiya, hiya. Here's a combination: a stool pigeon and a whistleblower. Oh, I amuse myself so easily. A whistleblower wants anonymity. You want anonymity, do you? Well, get yourself a show on radio. Nobody will ever notice you. Radio's not what it was because I'm not on it. The other reason is that there's not very much on it that anybody really enjoys anymore because it's all about commercials and arguing about politics, which is covered very much so on television. They don't need to do it on radio. You don't need to argue about anything on the radio television is overdoing sports, overdoing political talk. You don't need radio for any of that stuff. What you need is this phone here, this thing. That's it. That's all you need. And it's the tour guide for all the traffic. Now, what about this government? Okay, this government sucks. Why? Because they all suck. Why? Because they're run by businessmen. These guys are all in business, and we're not in the company. That's the problem. If you were a shareholder, it would be okay. You're only a shareholder in America when it comes time to vote, but you're not a shareholder when it comes time for profit. So the loss is good, but the profit's not good. That's a bad company. I think to be in good company, you have to really own the store. And there's a no return policy in Europe. You cannot return anything, but over here you can return everything. Amazon's going broke from people returning things. They're losing more money from people sending things back than they bought. They're getting more things back than they actually sold, it seems. Maybe people are taking stuff out of the attic and sending it back or out of storage. I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that rents a uniform or for a wedding and then I return it the next day. Well, I don't do that, but I know people who do that. It's a tuxedo junction, you know. But I'm a pretty good guy, and I don't want to qualify myself here, but if you want to follow me, you're going to have to do what I do if you want to be me. But if you want to follow me, you just go on Facebook on the, what do they call it again? They call it the Late Joey Reynolds. So that, I'm not waiting for my funeral. I'm gonna have it all now while I'm still with you. The Late Joey Reynolds is my show and also my Facebook. Now you'll find me on YouTube where I had my great performances of everything that I ever did. And some of the things I'm going to do are pretty interesting with Instagram and Spotify and all the other various platforms. I'm platforming is what I'm doing. And I'm trying to get everybody to follow my direction, which is Personality Plus. And the reason for that is because I think that we can be entertained instead of sitting here and being worried about everything all the time. You know, the nerve center of the news is always who did what wrong. And I like to have a little bit of fun with this. You know, I mean, I find some things very outrageously amusing. And since I'm an outlaw, I want you to come in on my journey and we can just do things together that are prohibitive. And where's my stool pigeon? Where are you? The whistleblower. Remain anonymous. Go to an AA meeting. You'll remain anonymous. This is the Joey Reynolds Text Anonymous. I'm having my hands tied because I'm in recovery from texting. Hey, listen, follow me now, all right? And I got another show I'm going to be putting together. I got a half hour I'm going to do with George Albano, who's the principal of all time, great school principal. I'll tell you more about him. He was in Mount Vernon, New York, and he gave kids, 97% of the kids in the minority neighborhood got to college with this guy. He's a wonderful principal. And I got other people I want to put on the air that are not necessarily looking to sell something, except their work is stunning. And that's what I want to do. Stunning work. I'm going to be doing a lot of this stuff because I can still move and I have the desire to do it. I have the energy to do it. And I have the audience that wants to see it. You guys are really tuned into the future by living in the present. That's it. That's a Reynolds wrap.